What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Joe. And you know, I got soul. Keep it right here. Keep it locked. Don't miss it.
All right, Joe. So your new album, The Good, the Bad, and the Sexy, is releasing next month. You know, first off, how'd you come up with that title? What does it mean to you?
Well, you know, The Good, the Bad, and the Sexy pretty much represents the entire body of music on the album. I mean, it's good, it's bad, and it's sexy. I mean, songs like Pull My Hair is considered that to be one of the bad ones, and Drink Up is another sort of bad record, but sexy at the same time. Some records have combination of all three. And so it's really what life is all about. It's about being, some things about it is good, and some is, you know, obviously it's bad. And for me, you know, I like to keep everything sexy. I don't like arguments. You know, I like to keep it smooth and, you know, easy going, you know.
Cool. Yeah, definitely.
You know, obviously that's an imperfect world. But, you know, you obviously try to surround yourself around people who understands that and get that side of it, that respect.
Yeah, cool. Now, in another interview you did, I read that the sound on this album is classic Joe mixed with a more mainstream sound. So my question to you is, when you set out to do an album, do you take the mainstream, do you keep that in mind when you're making music? Or, you know, because sales is a part, obviously, of records. You got to sell records. So does that just come natural, the mainstream part of it? Or, you know, talk about that.
I would say it comes natural at this point, because I pretty much grew up in it. I was 17, 18 years old when I first got into the music game. And so now at 39, you know, I'm like, it's pretty much a natural effect, because I listen to today's music, I listen to popular music, I listen to classic and old school, from all genres of music. And so when I approach something at this point in my career, I do things that make me happy. You know, it's got to be fun. You won't see me doing a gospel record right now because mentally my state is not there. I'm a very religious guy, but I feel you have to walk the walk and talk the talk if you're going to go that route. So that's why I'm saying certain things have to sort of progress in a natural form.
Okay.
You know, if I'm happy with it, then I'll do it.
Yeah, cool. Now, you know, your signature album, you did all the writing and the producing. I know you're a very talented writer and producer. So this album, you work with some other producers. How do you know, how involved you're going to get in the whole creative process when you start to do an album?
Well, you look at what is on the table. You look at what the other artists, who I call artists, producers, and writers, bring to the table, and what you can add to that as far as what you have to bring to it, because a lot of it is all similarity. I mean, it's very similar to what they do and what I do. And I look at it, when I hear something and I choose it for my record, I look at similar influences that we kind of came up with, which is the gospel, which is some of the classic R&B artists that we listen to, musical geniuses. So it's no problem when they bring a record to me, or if I choose it, it's obviously something that right down my alley. It's a very simple deal, very easy. All right. I can hear it right away.
Okay. And now you've been in this game, your first album released in '93, 18 years later. Do you still feel that you have growth and progression in your music? Do you still experience that type of thing?
Oh man, most certainly. Most certainly. I mean, I'm maturing myself, so the more each day I mature, everything around me matures. But I look at it maturing in a different kind of aspect, because I'm still young in my mindset. I'm like, okay, I'm young at heart, I love to have fun, still want to enjoy life to the fullest. I'm sure, more mature people do too as well, but it's my energy. I'm always bubbling, I'm always trying to get it done. Give it to me, I'll get it done, no problem. And I'm never slowing down, which is nothing. I can't see myself stopping. I want to be what Frank Sinatra was to the generation that he inspired. Continuing to go. I'm doing an interview right now, bro. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right with you. No problem. I'll be right with you, all right? And so just to be inspired by like Frank Sinatra and guys like that, I want to be that kind of cat. Just continue to go and just be inspired by everyday life. People who I meet, such as yourself. Someone who handles and do their craft in a very professional way and in a very detailed way. I'm a very detailed guy when it comes to anything, dressing, homes, or cars, whatever it is. I like to detail it to my taste. So,
okay, I like that. I like that. Now, you do a lot of touring. You're not usually the type of artist who comes out an album every year. Although Signature, you put that one out a year after the previous one. But how do you? New Man before that was 2009 and 10, and then this one. Okay.
Well,
how do you know when it's time to put out an album and start getting back in the studio and working on one?
Well, before being on a major label, it was different. I was on Jive Records for 11 years, and I had so much more freedom. They had so many more artists to also work with. I'm only on my own. It's just me. You know, I promote, market my own stuff. You know, me and my partner Kedar, Massenberg. So it's pretty much just me. So I'm like, I gotta strike. I gotta keep striking. Yeah. Because we're not successful in our independent side. So, you know, 3 years in a row now, I put out an album. Because I want to be successful at this on my own terms, you know, not with a major label. I want to win with my own label. I want this hard. I want to work this hard for myself.
Yeah. Okay. Now, hypothetical question. You know, your first album, everything. A lot of people I run into don't even really know about the album. You know, it didn't do as well as you had hoped. And I believe at one point after that release, you were kind of out of a, a label situation.
Right.
And then you released All the Things Your Man Won't Do, and that kind of put you on the map.
Correct.
Now, where do you think you would be had it not been for that single? Do you think you'd be where you are right now, or you know?
I'm going to tell you a story because that single almost didn't come out.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a choice between two different records. It's Island Records wanted a song for the soundtrack, and so the team I was working with came to me and said, hey, you know, why don't you give them this one song, Good Girls, which also went on the album, and we think this should be a song that they would love.
Yeah.
I said, well, listen, why don't you give them this record, All the Things Man Will Do as well, because I think this is a beautiful record. They just might like this more, because I wanted All the Things Man Won't Do to be the song they gave to the company. And they ended up playing both songs, and they loved All the Things Man Won't Do.
Yeah.
And it definitely skyrocketed. It gave me my put gas in my tank.
Yeah.
You know, I can go a little further.
Cool. Back to the new album real quick. The single is Losing. Tell me, talk about the song, how it came together. Give me some background on it.
Losing. Oh, man. I mean, so many fans I run into, so many fans of music I run into. Oh, man, we love the stuff you did with Pun. We love the stuff you did with G-Unit and all that.
Yeah.
You know, we want some more party records, some more club records. And, of course, I love to do that. But sometimes when you're making a record, you get into the zone or whatever. You don't want to go too far. You don't have, for an R&B singer, it's 12 to 13 records on the album. Then it becomes way too many songs. They're like, in the head. It's not like hip-hop. You know, hip-hop is, they talk about anything. It's comical, a lot of the shit they say.
Yeah.
And so I kind of had to, you know, just kind of back away and just kind of refocus on all of it, you know?
Yeah, cool. You mentioned Big Pun, the collaboration you had with him, huge song. What do you feel that did for your career?
It drew a lot of young fans who probably looked at me as a more Luther Vandross type of artist. Said, wow, this guy's he's fun, he's young just like us. You know? Which is exactly what it was. I mean, I'm representing who I am. A young guy who loves to sing. I love hip-hop. A lot of my friends are in the hip-hop industry. And I'm just a guy who sings, you know, who happen to sing and happen to feel music a little bit differently maybe than they do. But I'm just one of the same people.
All right. And one last question. I feel like you don't do a lot of duets. You've done some over the years, some very memorable ones, but, you know, is that, do you feel like you could be doing more of those? Like, you don't like to do them? Like, talk about that.
Well, you know, duets is cool. Duets are great. I would love to do a duet album. You know, it's nothing but just me and a beautiful female artist from Carrie Wilson, Monica, Alicia Keys, Kelly Rowland. I mean, it's a wish list. Rihanna, it's a wish list of female singers that I would love to do just a great Tammy Terrell and Marvin Gaye type of album.
Okay.
I think it'd be insane.
Definitely.
Really insane.
Cool.
You got the R&B crooner, that dude who represents it to the fullest. With the most beautiful R&B singers in the game.
Cool. Anything you'd like to add?
Well, just want to say to all the listeners and viewers that thank you for the support. I really wish you nothing but the best. And I'm going to continue to keep going, man. As long as y'all want music from me, I'm going to continue to give it to you. So, September 27th is the tentative release date for Good, the Bad, and the Sexy. I'm thinking about pushing it back a couple weeks, but trust me, you will know and you'll be informed on the new date.
Cool.
So, once again, God bless you. Much love.
Cool.